All right, ready, Nick? Good morning.
Good morning.
I want to thank you all for joining us this morning as we share information regarding Cook County's new paid leave ordinance. Before I begin, I'd like to acknowledge the elected officials and community leaders and advocates who've joined us this morning. All right, in no particular order. Commissioner Alma Anaya, Commissioner Anthony Casada, Commissioner Donna Miller, Commissioner Dennis Deere, Commissioner Tara Stamps, Commissioner Monica Gordon, Commissioner Bill Lowry, Commissioner Josina Morita, and on our staff, Jennifer King, Cook County Department of Human Rights and Ethics Director, Bob Ryder, our friend from the Labor Movement, Chicago Federation of Labor President, Wendy Pollack of the Shriver Center on Poverty Laws and Director of Women's Law and Policy Initiative for the organization, Adam Cater, Arise Chicago Public Policy Director, and his daughter, thank you, Shelley Ruzica, Arise Chicago Communications and Development Director, Flor Armez, Cook County worker and member of Arise Chicago. Did we get everybody? Okay, thank you all again for joining us and for your support as we move toward implementing the new paid leave ordinance that requires that Cook County workers be afforded 1 hour of paid leave for every 40 hours worked, and that they be able to use this paid leave for any purpose. We're proud of this change in the law. The paid leave ordinance reflects my administration's commitment to human rights and public health, ensuring that employees have the freedom to take time off for whatever they see fit. I remember as a working mom with young children, this was a real challenge. I didn't always have sick leave that I needed either for myself or my kids. So kind of juggling that was problematic. Paid leave supports Cook County's most vulnerable workers who would not otherwise be able to take a day off for illness for themselves or their children, take a half a day to attend a parent-teacher conference or their child's school play, or take a day for rest. We know that upholding minimum standards for paid leave plays a significant role in health equity, and that income, paid time off, and job security impact and our ability to work and overall health. All of those things are impacted by paid leave. We recognize that all workers need quality time off, the flexibility to take that time off for themselves, to support their family and friends, and for many other reasons. In Cook County, we believe in strong labor laws. I'm going to say that again. In Cook County, we believe in strong labor laws, including paid leave. These things support a healthy community and we believe we should work with community groups that directly support workers to make the greatest impact. Cook County's Commission on Human Rights works diligently to ensure employees are given appropriate time off and compensated appropriately. Enforcement of paid leave is just one of the many integral ways in which Cook County is prioritizing quality of life for all of our residents. And we invite our municipalities to join us as we implement this new law. I should note, municipalities that choose to pass their own ordinance must provide the minimum leave as provided by the Illinois Paid Leave for All Workers Act. In other words, they must comply with state law, which is mirrored in our county ordinance. We hope to maintain uniformity of worker protections across the county and welcome discussion with any Cook County municipalities who are further considering paid leave. Finally, I encourage Cook County workers to confirm that you are now accruing paid leave, and I encourage all employers to contact the Department of Human Rights with any questions or concerns. We look forward to hearing more about the resources and support available for both workers and employers from Director King shortly. In the meantime, our commissioners have a few words that they'd like to say. And we're going to begin with Commissioner Alma Anaya, and I would ask again that commissioners to introduce the person that follows you. Thank you so much.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Yes, I love the excitement. My name is Alma Anaya. I am Cook County Commissioner of the 7th District. I'm also the chair of the Labor Committee at the county. We're so excited to be here, first of all, because of some of the things that have been highlighted by Madam President, But coming out of the pandemic and seeing the impact that it caused on a lot of communities of color, having paid leave is a human right for a lot of our communities. It's also a life-saving thing for many of them. The fact that we lost so many people, most, the higher number in the Black and the Latino community and the immigrant community, meant that we were essential workers. The fact that we are essential workers, the fact that we have continuously put our lives on the line for our workplace to have the livelihood that we deserve, to be able to put food on the table, shows us why this is extremely crucial for us to take a step. And I'm very, very proud of what we've done in Cook County, the fact that we have taken this step to uplift this issue, but also to change what was in the past, the earned paid sick, to now paid leave, so that individuals can take it for any reason. The fact that communities depend sometimes on their children to take care of them as elderly, or that you as a mother need to take time off because your little one is either sick or just has a field trip. For God's sakes, we are humanizing the workers, because for a very, very long time, we're treated like they're disposable. So I have had the opportunity to go to many of these places in suburban Cook County and talk to some of the workers and see the impact of folks not being able to take time off or getting dismissed or fired because they injured themselves in the workplace. So this talks to a broader issue around equity. It talks around a broader issue around making sure that our workers are taken seriously and that we're humanizing this issue. So I want to thank, of course, Madam President. I want to thank all the staffs of our offices, of course, Vice Chair Quesada from the Labor Committee, all the other commissioners that voted for it, that asked really important questions, that were working in collaboration with us, of course, our partners at Arise and the other organizations that did amazing work, and of course the Department of Human Rights and Ethics, because we did this collaboratively. We did this in a way where we understood how to ensure that we did the impact that we wanted to have. So I'm extremely proud to be able to welcome the next speaker. But before that, I'm going to just make some remarks in Spanish. Hola, buenos días. Me llamo Alma Anaya, comisionada del 7º Distrito del Condado de Cook. También soy la presidenta del Comité Laboral en el Condado. Y me orgullece muchísimo estar hoy día aquí porque estamos celebrando este triunfo tan grande que es para los trabajadores, que tengan 1 hora cada 40 horas trabajadas de tiempo libre, ¿verdad? De tiempo que ellos pueden usar y utilizar en un plazo de 1 año, 5 días, para poder atender a sus hijos, a su familia, quizás ir a un paseo, quizás tener estos derechos que muchas personas de altos recursos ya tienen, pero las personas que no lo tienen son las personas que están trabajando de bajos recursos, que en su trabajo laboral no los dejan. Entonces es muy importante que nosotros aprendamos algo de la pandemia, aprendamos algo del impacto que nos causó a nuestras comunidades de colores, de poder ir y tener este tiempo libre. Entonces es sumamente muy importante celebrar este triunfo y estar aquí en colaboración con tantas organizaciones, la oficina de la presidenta y los departamentos que ayudaron en que esto sea un triunfo. So, muchísimas gracias. Now I'll present Vice Chair of the Labor Committee, Commissioner Anthony Quesada from the 8th District.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. And Happy New Year. My name is Anthony Joel Quesada, and I'm the Cook County Commissioner of the 8th District on Chicago's Northwest Side. And I am proud to join President Preckwinkle, my colleagues, and our community advocates this morning in celebration of Cook County's Paid Leave Ordinance. This ordinance is a commitment to the well-being of residents and workers across our county, especially our low-wage workers. By building off of the state's paid leave law, Cook County's Paid Leave Ordinance is a meaningful step towards fostering a healthier work-life balance. By providing employees with the ability to take time off for any reason without sacrificing their income, we empower individuals to prioritize their physical and mental well-being. This, in turn, leads to an increased job satisfaction, reduced stress, and ultimately a more engaged and productive workforce. Moreover, the paid leave ordinance is a testament to our commitment to family values. It acknowledges the diverse needs of our community members, whether they are caring for a newborn, supporting an ailing family member, or simply taking time for personal rejuvenation. This policy promotes inclusivity and recognizes the importance of supporting the myriad responsibilities individuals face outside the workplace. From an economic standpoint, passing the paid leave ordinance is an investment in the stability and growth of our local businesses. A content and healthy workforce results in reduced turnover, saving companies the costs associated with hiring and training new employees. Additionally, increased job satisfaction contributes to higher productivity, creating a positive cycle that benefits both employees and employers. Let us also consider the broader societal impact. By enacting this ordinance, we demonstrate our commitment to social and economic justice. Paid leave is a right that should be expanded to include more days, and it should be provided to everyone, irrespective of socioeconomic status. It levels the playing field, ensuring that everyone, regardless of their circumstances, has the opportunity to prioritize their well-being and that of their loved ones. The passage of the paid leave ordinance in Cook County is a win for workers, and it is a win for our county. It is a statement that we prioritize the health, happiness, and equality of our residents. I am grateful for the support and leadership of President Preckwinkle, and I am proud to have championed this legislation as the Vice Chair of the Labor Committee, alongside my colleague and Chair, Commissioner Alma Anaya, our entire board, and our coalition of labor and community activists. All power to the workers. I am so sorry. Our next speaker is Commissioner Donna Miller.
Good morning, everyone. I am Commissioner Donna Miller. I represent the south and southwest suburbs, about 36 municipalities. And the reason why that's important, especially for something that affects suburban Cook County, that's about 30% of Cook County. So I want to thank President Preckwinkle, as well as Jennifer King, the Executive Director of the Department of Human Rights and Ethics, as well as Commissioner Anaya and Quesada, for inviting us all here today to spread the news about Cook County's new paid leave ordinance. As mentioned, the ordinance replaces the county's sick leave ordinance and will enable employees to earn at least 1 hour of paid leave for every 40 hours worked for their employer in Cook County, which can be used for any reason. This is really setting a tone for the future of employees. I'm glad to see a young person here today, because the work we're doing here sets the tone for how they're going to enact in the workplace. And I can just say that it spreads beyond just workers' rights, which is so important. My son is a student at Howard University, where now Howard University gets 1 day off a year for Mental Health Day. So we're setting a precedent for our young people so that they know that we value their work, we value their mental space, that they need to take time off, and we value the fact that they are going to be productive citizens. Not only will this give flexibility to employees, it closely aligns with the state of Illinois Paid Workers Leave Act, which went into effect January 1st. The benefits of paid leave are well established, as we've heard, and especially important for working families. Providing parents with paid time off to care for children contributes to a healthy development, improves child and maternal health, and enhances families' economic security. We can see that paid leave also benefits businesses by providing retention and productivity and boosting labor force participation. The paid leave workforce ordinance will help create a more equitable workplace environment. Research from current state leave programs finds that workers of color, particularly low income, are less likely to take leave because they don't have job protection. And we want them to feel like their jobs are valued and protected. Additionally, Black and Latino workers especially were more likely to report that there was time in the past 2 years where they needed to take this leave and were not able to, and they had family or medical reasons. Having the county ordinance will afford employees the convenience of directing our complaints because we want them to know they have a right to complain to our County Commission on Human Rights rather than the Illinois Department of Labor, which will be enforcing the state act. I want to stress the importance of meeting with and educating our employers and municipalities about the ordinance to address their concerns. And I'm confident that Director King and her team will ensure this occurs in a timely manner. We also want to make sure that workers are valued, and we want to stress the importance across all of Cook County, which includes suburban Cook County. So I'm proud to stand here with you today. Next, I will introduce Commissioner Tara Stamps.
Good morning and Happy New Year. I am Commissioner Tara Stamps, and I represent the 1st District on the west side and into Proviso. And working families need help. We know that. I come to this space as a mother, as a grandmother, as a Chicago public school teacher, as a person who believes in workers' rights. And this helps us to just set a minimum standard of living, a minimum standard of living. It helps us to humanize the worker. It helps us to help them to prioritize their families, to prioritize themselves. We're giving people the permission to put themselves first, which is critical for any thriving community, any thriving country. We want people to be well physically, mentally, spiritually, and emotionally. And by passing legislation that helps us to center humanity, to center what comes first. I am just so honored to be a part of a movement at this time. This is the 2nd press conference this week. So Happy New Year to all the people I saw. But in both instances, we were spreading the good news of what county is about. And I'm so honored to be with such esteemed legislators at this time in history where we have the opportunity to set the pace for what comes next. And now I'm going to bring up Commissioner Josina Morita.
All right.
Good afternoon. My name is Josina Morita. I'm Cook County Commissioner of the 13th District, which is in the north suburbs and the north side of the city of Chicago. And I want to thank President Preckwinkle, Alma, and Anthony for their leadership, for the entire board, for their support, and to the workers of Cook County who really keep Cook County working. They are essential. They deserve dignity and respect. And we want to make Cook County the best place to work and to live here in the country, across the country. For me, especially shout out to the working parents who are on day 12 of 14 of no school. As working parents, you know, not only do school holidays not sync with work holidays, we have sick kids at home, we're taking care of our parents. Sometimes we just need a day to keep things together and support our communities, support our families, and that is what makes Cook County work. It's what makes Cook County better. And so I'm proud that this is the first of many more steps that we are going to continue to do as a board to make Cook County the best place to work, the best place to live, and the best place for workers here in Cook County. And with that, I want to introduce Dennis Deere? Okay. Commissioner Dennis Deere.
Thank you so much. Good morning. Good morning. It is a delight to be here, and first and foremost, Happy New Year to all of you all. Thank you, thank you. I am truly excited to be here to speak on this topic of Cook County paid leave. This is an unprecedented moment. This is history that we're making here in Cook County. I want to say thank you to, first and foremost, Madam President Toni Preckwinkle. Thank you, Madam President, for continuing to push the notion of equity. That is important. As we prepare to honor Dr. King, one of his quotes was, "Injustice anywhere is a threat to justice everywhere." And I think with this particular ordinance, we are eradicating Cook County of injustices. We are ensuring that there is equity every single place that we go in Cook County. This paid leave ordinance, which was passed December 14, 2023 by the Cook County Board of Commissioners, shows that Cook County has innovation, passion for residents that reside in Cook County. It establishes the right to paid leave for employees and of employers in Cook County. And this is very, very important. I want to say a huge thank you to my good friend, Commissioner Alma, Anaya, and Commissioner Quesada for introducing this legislation, and thanks to the Board of Commissioners for passing this legislation. I am a psychologist by training. This information is very important, and this legislation is important because it is important that people have a right to take a mental health day, right? We have seen far too often so many individuals able to take those days off, but many individuals didn't have the opportunity to do so. So from a clinical perspective, this is very, very important. It gives people an opportunity to refresh themselves and prepare to be a more productive person in the workplace. Thank you all so much, and God bless you. And now we will have the wonderful Commissioner Monica Gordon.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Happy New Year. Happy New Year. I am Monica Gordon, Cook County Commissioner for the 5th District. I represent the far south side and south suburbs, and I stand proud here today to represent a pro-worker county dedicated to providing protection, flexibility, and opportunity for all workers. First and foremost, I would like to thank my colleagues, all of my colleagues, especially Commissioner Alma, Anaya, and Anthony Quesada, as well as President Preckwinkle for your leadership, courage, persistence, and passion for this historic opportunity. This game-changing legislation demonstrates our commitment to ensuring dignity and respect for working-class families. This ordinance supports the state law, providing extended protections for our most valued asset, the American worker. Not only does paid leave improve maternal health and family economic security, but paid leave benefits business by improving retention, productivity, and boosting labor force participation. As a child of labor, I call myself, because my mom, who's been a UAW worker for over 30 years, I would not have the opportunity to sit before you, to stand before you today if it was not for my mom and the opportunities that she's had. And we have to make sure to protect our most vulnerable residents, our most vulnerable population. So again, I thank all of my colleagues for their collective effort and commitment to uplift the working families of the second largest county of the United States, the great Cook County. Thank you.
All right.
Next, I would like to introduce the Director of the Department of Human Rights and Ethics, Jennifer King.
All right.
Good morning.
Good morning.
My name is Jennifer King. I am the Director of Cook County's Department of Human Rights, which includes the Cook County Commission on Human Rights. We are honored to be here alongside President Preckwinkle, the Cook County Board of Commissioners, including co-sponsors of the Paid Leave Ordinance, Commissioners Anaya and Quesada, and leadership from the Chicago Federation for Labor, the Shriver Center on Poverty Law, and Arise Chicago to share information about the county's enactment of this new law. The Commission's mission is to protect individuals in Cook County from discrimination and harassment in many areas, such as employment and housing. The Commission is also responsible for enforcing the county's labor-related laws, which includes the newly enacted Paid Leave Ordinance, which went into effect on December 31st of 2023. The Commission will begin enforcement of this ordinance on February 1st of this year. As President Preckwinkle noted earlier, the Paid Leave Ordinance provides greater flexibility to workers across Cook County to take paid time off when needed. Under the ordinance, employers are required to provide a minimum of 1 hour for every 40 hours worked. It applies to individuals who work in Cook County and or for employers who have a place of business in Cook County. In comparison to the prior Earned Sick Leave Ordinance, the Paid Leave Ordinance provides leave that can be used for any purpose. This change also aligns with the Illinois Paid Leave for All Workers Act, which went into effect this week on January 1st and is enforced by the Illinois Department of Labor. While the state and the county laws do mirror each other, there are two differences. First, the Cook County Ordinance provides a private right of action, which is consistent with the Earned Sick Leave. And finally, the ordinance definition of employer does not exempt park districts or school districts. The intention is to include all workers, including those municipal workers. Please note that the ordinance prohibits employers from retaliating against employees for exercising their rights under the ordinance. This would include using time, submitting a request for time, or requiring employees to find replacements for hours worked while on leave. Any person who believes that their employer is not in compliance with the ordinance should contact the Commission on Human Rights to file a complaint or with any questions. We thank the commissioners, President Preckwinkle and the Cook County Board of Commission for passing this ordinance by unanimous vote. It is important to provide leave for all workers across Cook County, and particularly those vulnerable workers who are in tipped industries or with variable schedules who without this law would not otherwise have access to needed leave. We encourage those who have questions about the ordinance or filing a complaint with the commission to contact us. This can be done by phone at 312-603-1100 or by email at human.rights@cookcountyil.gov. Thank you, and I will present the next speaker.
All right.
Thank you. And now Bob Ryder, President for Chicago Federation for Labor.
All right.
My name's Bob Ryder. As Jennifer said, I'm president of the Chicago Federation of Labor. Thank you, Jennifer. CFL represents 300 unions that in turn represent 500,000 working people, from airline pilots to zookeepers, from electricians to teachers, to our retail workers, our healthcare workers, folks who are going to be impacted on the front lines with this ordinance. You know, as I stand up here, I just want to take a point of personal privilege and thank President Preckwinkle and our sponsors, Commissioners Anaya, Commissioners Kazeta, and all my friends here. We've got a great collection of commissioners. We have a lot of good commissioners. This is the best county. This is the hometown of the American labor movement, Cook County, Chicago. I've had the privilege of being from the Southwest Side, working in the South Suburbs, living briefly on the Northwest Side, and loving the West Side. The only thing that's not represented here is the Northeast Side, because that's Lake Michigan. But this ordinance is going to change the lives of the county, of the entire county, which I now represent, that I love so much. You see, we're excited to usher in 2024 with expanded benefits for the hardworking people of Cook County. Guaranteed paid leave is a game changer. No worker should ever have to choose between caring for their family and keeping their job. Emergencies happen every day and come in all kinds of varieties. The peace of mind to know that you can take off work when you need to, no questions asked, is invaluable. With this ordinance, we are sending a message loud and clear. We take care of our workers in Cook County. We applaud the leadership of President Preckwinkle and our commissioners to raise the standards for working people. Standing here today makes me a proud resident of Cook County, because I'm proud to live in the most pro-worker county and the most pro-worker state in the country. And I want to thank again the team of folks, our coalition partners, our partners in the in the Board of Commissioners, for bringing us here today to get this ordinance passed. And I'd also like to acknowledge at the CFL our Director of Legislative Affairs and Deputy Chief of Staff, Andrea Kluger, who's been a champion for paid time off in all of its various forms at the city, state, and county. And now it's my honor to bring up Adam Cater, who's the Policy Director for Anaya Chicago. Adam's got his daughter here with him today, and I just want Adam's daughter to know that your dad wakes up every day fighting for working people. He's got like this thirst for social justice, and you should know that. So, Adam Cater. I'm going to grab my coffee.
Good morning. And thanks, Bob, for that very generous welcome. I'm the policy director for Anaya Chicago, And I wanted to say, first and foremost, I want to add my name to, yeah, come on over. She's perhaps a more welcome guest than I am today. This is Sophia Cater, and she's my daughter, and she's here to support this ordinance. And she's here today because this is what this ordinance is all about. This is about what matters most to us as people, as working people, because we work to live, we don't live to work, right? And that's what why I keep at the forefront of my mind when we join our coalition partners, when we join our fabulous policymakers and elected officials here today who understand that that should be the compass that guides our policymaking. I just want to say something very briefly before I introduce our next speaker. I just want to say that Arise Chicago represents all kinds of workers from all walks of life. We represent factory workers, restaurant workers, hotel workers, and before we passed the sick days law in the county, none of our members had access to a paid sick day. From when we surveyed our members, not one. And before we passed this paid time off ordinance, the vast majority of our members did not have access to a single paid day off. So this matters so much to so many of us. Before I joined the labor movement, when I worked as a barista, I was expected to show up to work if I was sick, and if, with the understanding that I would not have a job if I didn't. So I'm grateful to the labor movement. My parents are both members of the American Federation of Teachers. It's what made our family life possible, and I'm so glad that this will be extended to other families as well. Next, I'd like to introduce a Rise Chicago member, Flor Armez, and she'll be delivering her remarks in Spanish, and afterwards I'll be translating in English. Thank you all.
Hola, buenos días. Mi nombre es Flor Ramírez, soy miembro de Arise desde hace 5 años. He trabajado en los suburbios desde hace 20 años, en los suburbios del norte, mayormente en fábricas. En el último trabajo trabajé 14 años en una fábrica. Me alegra mucho que estemos reunidos aquí para darle a conocer las noticias a mis compañeros, a mis amigos, a mis conocidos, a mis familiares, sobre esta noticia que no solo me beneficia a mí, sino a todos ellos que siguen trabajando en esos lugares donde son abusivos con ellos. De hecho, yo fui despedida porque tuve un colapso mental por el exceso de trabajo en una fábrica. Pedí tiempo para mí y se me negó. Me dijeron que no sabían cómo iban a reaccionar y se me despidió porque colapsé mentalmente y no me quisieron dar mis días de trabajo. En estos lugares, por lo regular, contestan así. Si uno se siente mal, te dicen, regresa a trabajar. Si te vas, no regreses, aunque te vieran llorando de dolor. Cuando le dices, oye, tengo una cita con mi hijo, te contestan, cámbiala para otro día, tenemos mucho trabajo. No vengas, tenemos con quién reemplazarte. Cámbiala para otro día. Aunque suene muy fácil, créanme que para la mayoría de los suburbios no existía este beneficio. Era un martirio y era un suplicio ir con el supervisor a decir, oye, necesito un día, porque era amenaza de que, vete, no, eres reemplazable. Me da mucho gusto escuchar que los comisionados tienen entendido que en verdad nos tratan como basura, como algo desechable. Y no somos basura, somos padres, somos madres, somos hijos. Somos personas que tenemos necesidad de trabajar, pero no necesidad de que nos maltraten. Somos humanos y tenemos derecho a enfermarnos, a pedir permiso para estar con mis hijos en las vacaciones, para deslizarme en la nieve con ellos. Estos días pagados, gracias a Dios, van a poder ayudar a muchas personas, a los padres, poder estar en los partos de sus esposas. Porque he escuchado también amigos míos que se les negó la oportunidad de estar en un parto porque el jefe le dijo, ¿tú vas a parir? No, ¿verdad? Cuando salgas puedes ir a verla. Hay eventos, voy a poder ir a eventos, sus festivales, llorar, reír y tal vez tomar tiempo para mí porque necesito estar bien yo para poder ayudar a mis hijos, para poder estar bien con mi familia y para dar un mayor rendimiento a mi trabajo. Si uno está bien, puede rendir en todo lo demás, sin dar tanta excusa, porque para pedir permiso tenías que llevar la cita del doctor O que si faltaste tenía que decirte el doctor por qué faltaste. O sea, tenías que llevar un libro así de justificantes para que te permitieran regresar al trabajo. Agradezco de todo corazón a los comisionados que apoyaron esta ley, que ahora es ley, y que es bien importante que nuestros compañeros sepan que tienen derechos y que los comisionados, Derechos Humanos y Arraes Chicago va a estar aquí para recordarles que tenemos derechos y a los empleadores que deben de respetarlos, que deben cumplir con sus responsabilidades y dejar de tratar a la gente como desechables, porque somos seres humanos. Los trabajadores somos seres humanos. Gracias.
So, translating for Ms. Ramirez. Hello, my name is Flor Armez, and I've been a member of Arise Chicago for 5 years. I worked for 14 years in a factory in Niles. I'm glad that we are gathered to announce this news that will benefit not only me, who works in this suburb, but also my colleagues who continue to work in those places where, when we asked for time off for feeling bad physically or emotionally, they responded to us, "Go back to work. If you leave, don't come back," even if they saw you crying in pain. When you tell them, "My child has a doctor's appointment," they answer, "Change it for another day. If you don't come tomorrow, don't come again. There are many people who can replace you." It is difficult for people like me who are mothers or fathers. It is a big ordeal to ask for a day off out of fear and threats of losing our jobs, whether for doctor's appointments, emergency calls from school, or just getting sick. We are humans who can have an illness, personal family crises, or even nervous breakdowns. With the new paid time off law, we will be able to schedule doctor's appointments, putting my children's or my own health as a priority. Go to my children's important events and festivals, spending time with my kids, just playing in the snow. Cry, laugh, be with my family or myself without fear of losing my job. Although these sound like simple dreams, the truth is that for many of us, before this law, there was zero possibility to have this benefit. I sincerely thank the people who supported and fought for this basic right to become the law. Now that we have this right, it is very important that we as workers know and exercise our rights to prevent abusive employers from continuing to take away the dreams of thousands of workers who are the breadwinners of their homes. And it is important for employers to remember and to implement their responsibilities under this law. I'm glad to know that elected officials, Human Rights Commission representatives, and groups like Arise Chicago are here together to remind you that we all have rights and responsibilities. Thank you.
All right, Nick. All right, let's take a photo. Can we move the podium out of the way, gentlemen? All right, everybody would